everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're doing a bit of a brain gym session today. We are putting your lateral thinking skills to the absolute ultimate test with a notoriously tricky 15-riddle challenge straight from the puzzle masters over at brainquizer. This isn't just about knowing random trivia, it's about seeing how flexibly your mind can just, bend around language and logic. So get ready to really flex those mental muscles.
Okay, so here's the deal. The creators of this test actually claim that 99% of people fail to get all of these right and only 1% succeed. I mean, that is quite the gauntlet being thrown down, right? So, I'm challenging you right now. Focus up, tap into that competitive spirit, and let's see if you can prove that you actually belong in that exclusive top 1%.
All right, let's kick things off with round one, the warm-up.
Here's your very first question. Read it with me. What can be heard and caught but never seen? I want you to literally shout your guess at the screen. Think about things that fly through the air, maybe. But wait, you can't see it. I'll give you just a second. Got your answer?
It's a rumor. If you guessed that, awesome job. This plays beautifully on how we just naturally use language. We constantly talk about hearing a rumor through the grapevine. And you can catch a rumor from a friend in conversation, kind of like you might catch a cold. But it's not a physical object you can ever actually lay your eyes on, is it? It's a purely auditory social phenomenon. Let's keep this warm-up moving with another classic style of riddle. What has a head and a tail, but absolutely no body or legs? We're looking for something that borrows animal or human terms but isn't actually alive. Think really carefully about things you handle every single day. What do you think?
It's a coin. This brilliantly illustrates the art of misdirection. By using words like head and tail, your brain instantly tries to picture a dog or a cat or some strange creature. But the riddle completely tricks you by substituting those anatomical features with the literal everyday names we give to the two flat sides of our currency. It's just a fantastic example of how riddles hack our visual vocabulary.
Okay, you're warmed up. Time for round two, tricky wordplay traps. Whatever you do, do not trust your first instinct here. Here is your next challenge. What kind of ship has two mates but no captain? Naturally, your brain is probably immediately picturing a pirate ship or some massive ocean liner out on the sea. You're thinking about nautical vessels. But remember what round we're in. This is a wordplay trap.
The answer is a relationship. If we pivot away from nautical terms to human terms, a ship becomes a relationship. The mates aren't sailors swabbing the deck, they're partners. And there's no captain because it's a partnership with shared power. It is just a fantastically clever pun. Let's try another one that plays with how we categorize words. What has one foot on each side and one in the middle? Again, your brain instantly wants to imagine some sort of weird, three-footed alien monster stumbling around. Don't let it. Think about different ways we use the word foot in English.
It's a yardstick. The absolutely crucial point here is that this riddle relies entirely on units of measurement rather than actual human limbs. A yardstick is exactly 3 feet long, meaning it literally has 1 foot making up the left side, 1 foot on the right side, and 1 foot taking up the exact middle. It totally creates the illusion of a creature, but it's really just basic math and a measuring tool.
Let's lighten the mood with a little bit of humor for this next one. What kind of crackers do astronauts like? Now, this one might make you groan, but it is a perfect example of a phonetic pun. What do astronauts do? Well, they go to space. How do they get there? Think about the sounds of the words. They like launch crackers, or, lunch crackers. This joke works 100% because of the phonetic similarity between a rocket launch and sitting down to eat your lunch. It's wonderfully silly, for sure, but when you're doing lateral thinking exercises, you've got to be open to these playful auditory tricks just as much as the strictly logical ones.
All right, get ready for round 3, rapid-fire riddles. The stakes are higher, the pace is way faster. Trust your gut and try to keep up.
Here we go. 3 in a row. Number 1. What can't be put into a basket while it's full of holes? Water, because it leaks right out. Number 2. What can you give away and still keep forever? A smile. Number 3. What has an end but no beginning? A stick. How'd you do? Did you catch all 3 of those? That kind of fast-paced thinking forces your brain to bypass over-analyzing and just rely on pure intuition and immediate logic.
Okay, take a deep breath. We are slowing the pace way back down for the final round, the 1% challenge. This is the moment where we separate the casual guessers from the true riddle masters.
What can go through glass without breaking it? Think about the physical properties of glass for a second. It's solid, it's fragile. If a rock hits it, it shatters everywhere. So what could possibly pass effortlessly right through that solid barrier completely unharmed? I'll let that sit for a moment.
The answer is light. This is such a clever riddle because it completely forces you to think outside the realm of physical, tangible objects. Light is a non-physical entity. It behaves as both a particle and a wave, effortlessly passing straight through a solid, physical, transparent barrier like a window. It's just a beautiful intersection of physics and poetic language.
Let's look at the next one. What has a mouth but never eats? Let me give you a quick hint. Actually, scratch the instinct to think about biology and animals entirely. You need to zoom out. Think bigger. Think about geographical features and the natural world around us. What has a mouth?
It's a cave. Sometimes rivers are actually an acceptable answer here too, since a river has a mouth as well. But if you figured out the trap and pivoted from human anatomy to geography, give yourself a huge pat on the back. A cave's opening is universally called its mouth, swallowing up the darkness, but it obviously never takes a literal bite. That is excellent lateral thinking right there.
And here we are, riddle number 15, the final riddle of our explainer today. If you want to solidify your 1% status, you absolutely need to get this one right. What gets shorter the longer it works? Think about tools. Think about things that have a working lifespan where their physical shape actually changes as they do their job. What could it possibly be?
It's a pencil. The physical mechanism of using a pencil means the graphite wears down onto the paper. So, to keep it working, you have to sharpen it, literally shaving away its mass. Its working lifespan is directly tied to it physically shrinking over time. It's a brilliantly simple observation turned into a really great puzzle.
Hey, if you enjoyed this mental workout, I highly recommend checking out the source of today's material. You can find tons more daily puzzles, quizzes, and brain teasers by checking out the brainquizer's Instagram handle. It really is a fantastic way to keep your brain super sharp every single day.
So, the big question, did you survive the 1% challenge? How many did you actually manage to solve out of 15? You've given your brain an awesome workout today. It just goes to show that the biggest obstacles aren't usually a lack of information, but the rigid ways we're actually trained to look at it. Keep questioning the obvious, keep looking for those hidden meanings, and never stop flexing that 1%